Hi, this is Krista Stefani, and this training module will assist you with completing the Assisted Living Service-Specific tab contained in the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services Aged and Disabled Waiver Services Cost Survey. This cost survey is being conducted to assist the department with performing a rate analysis for the services provided through the A&D waiver. To access the Assisted Living Service-Specific tab, you must first navigate to the Services tab within the workbook. From there, you will select or type an X next to Assisted Living and then click on another tab. From there, you can see that Assisted Living tab will populate. Click on the Assisted Living tab and it will pull up the information we are requesting specifically to providing assisted living services. The first information we are collecting relates to your licensed beds and census information. We have already pre-populated this schedule to account for if you have up to 25 locations at which you provide assisted living services. The information you will enter on this survey or on this tab of the survey will be service or location specific. The first item we would like you to enter is the number of licensed beds, and you can see the next column will calculate available bed days. That calculation of available bed days will be based on your fiscal year start date and end date that you pre-populate on the Provider Data tab. As you can see here, once that information is populated and you enter in the number of licensed beds, it will calculate the number of available bed days within that fiscal period. Next, we are asking you to populate census data related to these various days of service. So please provide information related to your total Medicaid days not related to memory care, total non-Medicaid days, non-memory care, total Medicaid days that are related to traumatic brain injury, and below is a definition of what we are considering traumatic brain injury for purposes of completing this cost survey. Your total other or non-Medicaid days for traumatic brain injury, your total Medicaid days for memory care, and your total non-Medicaid days for memory care. Once you populate these fields, you can see I'm providing an example here as we go through this training. You can see that it will populate your total occupied bed days, your occupancy percentage based on your total available bed days, and your Medicaid occupancy. You will continue to provide this for all locations that you are including on this cost survey. For more information related to locations and how to determine if you're providing information for one or more locations, please refer to the training module that relates to the questions tab of this cost survey. Once you have completed providing licensed beds and occupied bed day information, please scroll down and we are asking you to provide information related to each location based on the square footage of your building. As you may be aware, federal regulations prohibit the payment of room and board as it relates to providing services in an assisted living facility. But yet you may have administrative space in that building for which a portion of your expenses related to occupancy expenses, such as building depreciation, or if you rent or lease the building, utilities, property insurance, property taxes, etc., may relate to that administrative areas. So we are asking you to populate the total square footage of your assisted living facility by location and the total square footage of your administrative space located within that building. This information will then flow through in the aggregate, depending on how many locations you are including on this cost survey, to the expenses tab. Please refer to the expenses training module for further direction on how to complete this portion of the cost survey. But as you can see, the allowable administrative percentage of square footage is already self-populating from the assisted living facility tab. Once we go to calculate allowable costs, this survey on the expense tab will automatically include the administrative space related to your occupancy expenses, but will exclude food because the food should be 100% resident specific. But the other occupancy expenses will be factored in to consideration for total allowable costs of providing services related to assisted living. We thank you for your time in completing this cost survey and for your time that you took out of your day to view this training.